Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a pick a card reading. This is going to be a pick a card spiritual reading regarding your spiritual team, your spirit guides. So we're going to have Pal 1, Pal 2, or Pal 3. And what I'd like you to do in a moment is just close your eyes and ask your spirit guides. Listen, even if you don't feel like you feel them or feel like you hear them, what pops in your mind after you ask the question? And ask the question regarding what it is you need to know on a spiritual sense, what your spirit guides would like to say to you to help you in some way. It's like, all of a sudden I'm thinking about, there's like spirit boxes and what have you out there. Well, we are spirit boxes, you know what I mean? So you're going to just quiet your mind for a moment. I'll give you that moment and then just ask your guides. And you just say guides, guardian angel. You have a whole team. You can say team, my spiritual team. Which shall I choose? 1, 2, or 3? Uno, dos, tres. So let me tell you about the decks we're using today. First of all, we're going to use the Mother Mary deck, which is one of my favorites. This is an oracle deck. I find it so wise. I don't know. I feel like it's always the icing on the cake. And then we are going to use the Tarot of Dreams. That will be the first card. Well, Mother Mary will be the first card. Tarot of Dreams will be the second card. And then we're going to use the Light Seers. That will be the third card. And then we're going to use a deck of, they're just major arcanas that I have. And I apologize, I don't know their name. We'll just call them the majors. That would be your fourth card. And then your fifth card will be of the Cosmic Tarot. One of the piles do have an extra card. It just came out that way. And by the way, usually I would want to shuffle these in front of you, but when I do pick a card, it just takes way too long. So I feel like you trust me now, right? You trust me. I have no clue. I did not look. I don't want to see it until you see it. And then last but not least, we'll use the Gilded Tarot to clarify if need be. So we're just going to take a moment right now. Just close your eyes. Ask your guides. What should you choose so that you can hear them? It's going to be relating to love, just life, whatever it is. Just leave it open if you'd like. That's what I would do. Tell me what you want me to know. 1, 2, or 3. Okay. All right. So, first thing I want to say, what I did is every deck I used, I flipped over the deck except for the Oracle Mother Mary. The other ones, I flipped them over. I just wanted to see on the bottom of the deck. And we go in the order I used them. It would be the World, the Ten of Pentacles, Justice, and then the Hangman. So there could certainly be someone out there that is seeking a new beginning from someone else, and maybe it's been some time, you could be going through divorce, that type of thing, and it may be may have taken time. I feel like this is just a short message just to say that everything will be fine, right? Everything will be fine. Even if it doesn't feel fine at the moment, it will be fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and begin. So we're going to start with 1. I'm going to slide these over so I have plenty of room. We have quiet. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. And by the way, I chose a very specific time. Well, I mean, I didn't really choose this time. It's just the atmosphere outside. It's a Saturday afternoon. It's rainy. But the birds, like I have a lot of trees out my window and the birds were singing. They're not there right now, but they'll be back. So it just felt like the right time. We have the Nine of Swords. So somebody's really worrying about something, but this is the energy of overthinking something, thinking that, you know, everything will be doom. And I feel like, you know, she definitely feels like she's looking out for help here, you know, so almost like you recognize the fact that I'm overthinking something, that I automatically feel doom, that type of thing. She's looking back at Mother Mary, who's saying, quiet. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. And that's what you trust when you can't trust yourself, right? We have the King of Swords, potentially Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Got a bow and arrow on his back. He's running to his bike. It's almost like he did something. It's almost like he went and shot that arrow, or he's planning on it. You know, but I see no arrows. This could talk about someone who, you know, maybe you're worried that someone's going to, it's almost like this king is running off, running to jump on his motorcycle. We have the Star. Well, certainly be Aquarius. And then last but not least, we have the Prince of Pentacles. Let's bring these down like this. I'm going to bring this down. I just realized what I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy some of those card holders. So like this, I can put right in front of you. I just thought of that. Okay, anyway. Let's look at this. So we have the Star. Again, card of Aquarius, potentially. Especially with the King of Swords here. And then you have the Prince of Pentacles. Prince of Pentacles can be, you know, an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Prince can be of a younger time, an earlier time. Can be of a child. I don't feel that. This person feels like a man to me. Like I'm feeling the manly part of this prince. So, I in no way feel like they're, I mean, they could be someone's child, I guess, an older child, but I don't really feel that. So, we have someone here who is really overthinking something, and I feel like maybe you're worrying about this Knight. You know, it's interesting because all of a sudden I'm feeling it the opposite way too. This Prince of Pentacles may be someone of an earlier time for someone, and this may be someone that is really what I want, right? Someone that I want, and there may be worry that you may be with someone currently that if you leave, I hope this isn't the case. I don't feel this as in a threatening type thing. But like because let's remember the Nine of Swords is unnecessary worry. So I feel like someone may think that you know, this person may try to ruin what it is that you want, right? The Star is about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. I was going to say King of Pentacles because he looks so manly. The Prince of Pentacles, but also Mother Mary, where you know, your guidance is right there. Okay, let's just get right into it. All my decks are always pre-shuffled, by the way. Let's give them a cut. This is the Gilded Tarot. And let's look at this. We have the King of Swords. Isn't that interesting? And then we have the World. King Sword, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is the King, though. I just feel like someone is worried. It's either you're worried that someone's going to run out on you, or, and probably, and, you know what I mean, is different people. I also feel the energy of, because she's looking up at this king. This may be someone I've been with for a while, right? Since we were the knight and princess type energy, right? Been with someone for a while. Has gone from the knight to the king. The king is between this Nine of Swords and Mother Mary's guidance. Yet I feel like your heart might lie with someone else. So this may be a question of should I, right? The World talks about the next chapter. This king is running away from this, this Knight of Swords is running away from that chapter. I don't want you to worry about the signs, because some of you might be like, no, I want this knight. You know, don't worry, or I want the air sign. Don't worry about this. I feel like this is more like in a story form. This person feels like they're running away from the next chapter. But this King of Pentacles, again, I want to call him a king. This Prince of Pentacles is very current, very aware, very present, and connected to someone's hopes and dreams, right? So here is a chapter. So clearly, I am just feeling like this is someone questioning, is it okay, almost like, is it okay for me to want what I want? And the answer is yes, right? This is your life. This is your soul. This is about your soul's experiences, and you're meant to have them. You're meant to have experiences. It doesn't mean like go around and just hurt people. But I feel here, I don't know. And listen, this could be, you know, why justice is here too. Let's talk about a divorce. But I have to tell you, I feel like the king, or the knight, is running away from the world. So if your worry is, will this king interfere within what it is I really want? You know, I can't say no, not 100%. Because, you know, things like that sting no matter what, you know, they sting. But I don't feel that it's going to, well, let's take some more cards, but I don't feel it's going to go any further than that. You know, I feel like this knight, spiritually, just feels to me like, it's almost like I'm moving in this direction, right? I'm like opening up to my spirituality. And this person over here is looking at me like I'm mad, right? Like, what are you talking about, right? There's just, you know, this person here is about the physical world, you know, that type of thing. And you over here, you know, you're opening up to what I feel is reality, truly. Because, you know, the world is, I often feel, a time where your spirituality becomes part of you. It can just be starting, right? You may just been drawn to learn more about your spirituality, to understand that, you know, you're not just this human person, you're also spirit, and with purpose, and that's experiences. So anyway, these just feel like they're going in two different directions. Okay. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. You know, this feels like to me that potentially I'm with someone who is just breaking my heart, right? It just kind of feels like, again, not a lot of regard for me. However, my worry seems to be his reaction, her reaction. Let's say I'm asking for a divorce, right? The Hangman here, right? Maybe this is hanging on, right? I'm hanging on because of the fear of this. However, the Three of Swords is like front and center. But I'm not going to lie, it's also touching this Prince of Pentacles down here who feels kind of new to me, like coming in new. So this could be this person. You may have found yourself, you know, with a few relationships that have broken your heart. I mean, don't they all? I don't know. Don't we often, like, I don't know. A breakup is a breakup, and, you know, but we don't stop living, right? Because think back to some of your heartbreaks, you know, and you just think they're major, and 10 years down the road, you're like, who was I with back then? I barely remember their name. Anyway, so, and I'm just saying that to give yourself the freedom in that, because again, the Three of Swords is here. It's right in the middle. That's the pain, right? But feels like it's, well, I know it's happening with this king. You know, but interestingly, the Six of Pentacles coming in, because this is about compassion and empathy. So there's got to be forgiveness in there. And listen, I don't mean like I'm going up to this King of Swords and saying, I forgive you. No, I probably will just let the King of Swords be and go on with my life, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm doing, though, is I'm just forgiving myself. Sometimes we got to forgive ourselves just for, you know, it's interesting. Interesting. I was thinking back last night, and I don't know why, but something made me think of a period in my life that was so hard. I mean, it was unbelievably hard. And then I thought to myself, you know, it was hard for me. Like, and I'm thinking it from my children's perspective, like, wow. And I mean, I've done that before, but like really thinking, wow, that probably really affected them, even though they haven't told me that. Anyway, so to speak, so to speak. So why am I saying this? Well, I feel like because in the Six of Pentacles coming in, right, over your hopes and dreams and wishes, you know, it's just saying the more compassion I have in my heart, and that is an art of forgiveness, but I feel like it's more within, like, you know, like, don't allow yourself to keep reliving. Like, once you break free, if that's the word I should be using, don't allow yourself to allow someone else to have the control, the mind control to kind of like, right, the Nine of Swords. It's almost like a feel doom. I don't know. The world's like, come on in. Come on in, right? But the Six of Pentacles says, you know, you need to come in with a certain type of energy, and that is forgiveness, it's compassion, it's empathy. You know, I often feel like this is also a time of really meeting what I call soul family in all different forms and ways. 6 also is what 2022 is going to be, a universal year 6. So it's certainly going to want some balance, right? It's going to want balance in there. This is helping the underdog, you know. And here's really what it is. I feel like because you're opening up spiritually so much, what cannot hang on cannot hang on. And that's what I'm feeling about this king. It's almost like he's got to drop away. You know, at least, let's say spiritually, you know this. Now, just getting the human brain to know that, right? It's like he can't kind of hang on to you because you're starting to fly, so to speak, and he can't keep up. So you gotta let it fly away, slide away, fade away. But here's the thing, I feel like communication through this Page of Swords, to be honest, is coming in. And it's interesting because I feel through this Page of Pentacles, this is communication. And I feel like communication just, I don't know, maybe to help you. I feel like it's going to be like a little awkward, but in a good way. But I have to say, it feels like this communication, perhaps from this prince, someone maybe of a younger time, is what makes you finally walk through that door of change. And remember, we're in a universal year 5, all about change. And it asks us to do it, the more graceful we can do it, the better it's going to be for us. So the 5 of Pentacles, there we go. Change, right? Walking through the struggle to get to where I want to get. You got the 5 of Pentacles over here, connected to this, what I feel is communication coming in, which puts you into action, but you're in that 5 of Pentacles. Again, this is really the period where now you're learning empathy and compassion. You could be losing with the 10 of Pentacles. You may be going from the 10 of Pentacles down to the 5 of Pentacles. And that can hurt, right? But I can guarantee you will rebuild those Pentacles. So I feel like somebody's communication gets you into movement, and I feel good about it, because then boom, the 6 of Pentacles. I feel like, this is what I feel. I do feel like, it's almost not even telling us, do these two end up in love forever? I have a feeling they do, especially if they're like-minded energy, right? If they're like-minded, it's the same vibration, you can hang out forever, right? But if my vibration's up here and yours is way down here, well, there's a lot of space between us, right? It's almost like, reminds me of brain matter. So, I think I should leave it there. I'm just remembered, this is a pick a card reading that I wanted to keep them rather short. But I feel like, listen, I do feel like communication's coming in, and that communication may put you in, I do feel like it puts you into action, whatever that action is. And even though it may be difficult, it's taken you to, I just feel like the right place. Why? Because you're in the right frame of mind now. Some of you're dropping the weight of someone who has even put you in that kind of mode, right? Of the 9 of Swords. They have the responsibility of the 3 of Swords also. So, point is, I don't want to give them any space in my head once we have cut ties. It's all about new. It's all about going forward. So I feel like, well, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. There it is. With the 6 of Pentacles, this is like giving you the energy, right? In the 6 of Pentacles energy, this is where your dreams come true, right? And then the 5 of Pentacles, be ready to move when you feel that sign, right? Get quiet and listen. Ask the hard questions, but then be willing to take the hard steps, right? Because, listen, this does feel like struggle, but not for long. Not for long. Because you, especially if you're really opening to your spirituality, I feel like your team wants to say, like, they kind of want to blow you away with the signs that when you become aware are there, and you seeing them. Like, when you see them and you acknowledge them, can you imagine? Your guys are like, yes, finally, right? So, 5, universal 5, I don't know. think I'm going to leave it there, but for some of you, I feel like this is the year you set yourself free. And if you're willing to go after what it is you want, I feel like what you want is willing to be with you, whatever that may be. Okay. Wow. Okay, so that was long. How long was that? Okay, this is going to... Oh, that's all right. Let's go into 2. We have giving and receiving, which I feel like is the 6 of Pentacles energy. I balance being generous and receptive because both are equally important. Generous, but also receptive to it, coming back to you, right? It's the natural flow of the universe. Okay, giving and receiving. We have the 6 of Cups. Interesting. And it's funny how I'm seeing the giving and receiving as the 6 of Pentacles. So that would be a 6-6. We have the Queen of Swords. Potentially Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the High Priestess. This is your intuition. You know, these are the things you wish you could know, and your guides are saying, you want to know? You can know. And we have the Princess of Wands. Well, you know, let's start at the bottom. I love the Princess of Wands and the High Priestess together, because the Princess of Wands is the adventurer. She's the one who seeks adventure. You know what I mean? Like, keep up with me or you're going to get lost. And then you put the High Priestess with that energy, the trusting of your intuition, almost like instinctively knowing what to do and where to go next. Fear doesn't seem to be a true factor of anything. This is like, maybe this is, it's almost like the evolution of the person in here where now I am the Princess of Wands and I'm just going to go on an adventure. I'm going to do it. It's what my gut is telling me, which to me is your soul. You have the 6 of Cups above that. That is, you know, that's memories of that's happy memories of a earlier time. Can stem to childhood. Can certainly talk about someone of the past. You know, I'm looking at giving and receiving, and I'm thinking, I wonder what it means, like, you know, what it's meaning here, because I'm looking at this Princess of Wands, and again, she's the adventure seeker. This could talk about, how do I say this kindly? Because, you know, sometimes I could be so focused on me and my goals that I kind of don't see what's around me. Right? I'm just focused on moving forward and forward. Maybe it's a goal in traveling or where I want to live, or who I want to be with. Because I feel like people who want to be with you have a harder time than you wanting to be with people. Because, you know, you just seem to have this adventurous, or maybe you used to. Right? Maybe this is the younger you, where you used to have this adventurous nature. You trust your intuition. You know, it doesn't always mean it's like, you know, that everything works out. But truly, in a way, it does work out the way it's meant to work out. Because what's in there is a lesson. It's to help you evolve. Each lesson evolves you further and further. And I feel like the more lessons you have, it's almost like the smarter you become, the wiser you become. And, you know, some people don't stand a chance against you after that. And that's the way it should be, right? Right? Because this princess is very focused on that, focused on her, and on her expansion through her adventures. This can also be like a life path 8, that is someone who is here to focus on their material growth within this lifetime. And that may sound ego based, but it's really not. It's what their purpose is. It's not, our purpose isn't always like always spirituality. No, we're meant to be here to learn these human lessons to carry with us, though. So anyway, I almost feel like Mother Mary's saying, make sure that you're giving also. That you're doing it in equally give and take. Okay. Give these a cut right over this spread. And let's go into it. This Queen of Swords is attached to this Six of Cups energy. And she does seem like she's in thought, but she seems like she's in peaceful thought. I often see her like she's on a boat. She's got all these flags around her, and I feel like they may be flags of accomplishment. This can be someone who has truly learned the art of communication. In any way, that's, there's a million different ways. What is that on the bottom? I'm not sure what that is. Normally, the Queen of Swords, not normally, but in a lot of decks that I have, you see the lovers in the background. And it's interesting that I'm seeing like these 3 little bars, right? Tiny. And it just looks like a bowl behind it. I'm just going to have to read that. But, it's almost like I am putting my lover on hold until I seek, maybe I'm feeling guided to seek certain adventures. So I've kind of put maybe a lover behind. But I've kind of, am I keeping them under lock and key? I don't know. We have the 5 of Cups. It's interesting. You may be like really focused on you, which again is a good thing. I love her attitude. She's the go-getter. She's the, I'm going to do it and I'll think about it later. However, she's attached to this Queen of Swords. And I almost feel like this is someone's younger self. Again, don't worry about what sign it is. This is the younger self that's attached to this Queen of Swords. So it's almost like this Queen of Swords is thinking about that, her younger self, and what her younger self would do. And then here comes the 5 of Cups. So is this Queen thinking about someone within this 5 of Cups? Because it talks about the missing of someone. Why we always go back, right? You know what? I'm not one to argue, because I am now living with my first love at the age of 60. So, never would I say someone from the past can't come back in your life. I'm living it completely unexpectedly. I'm living it. The 5, change, right? So what does this say about change? Well, this person in the 5 of Cups is thinking about what I've lost, not about what I have gained, because the 5 of Cups is talking about 2 cups that have yet to be discovered, 2 cups of love, fulfillment. And it just so happens that I'm looking at the 6 of Cups, which now I have to say must be someone of my past. So, you may find that you've been focusing in one way, and all of a sudden, well, we'll see. Because 5 is, do I make the change or do I not? Well, you do. There's the 3 of Wands. What beautiful energy you have in here, because this is really an optimistic viewpoint. in all that can be, right? I'm not setting any boundaries or limits. And what I mean by that is I am being both open, right? Here is where Mother Mary comes in. I balance being generous and receptive because both are equally important. Give and take. Three of Wands with that. I'm looking in my future optimistically. In the Three of Wands, I don't feel like I'm asking the question, will we end up in the Ten of Cups together? That's all I want to know. Will we end up in the Ten of Pentacles? Well, we do have the Ten of Pentacles here. But it's not about that. It's about the journey. It's about, even if this is someone you already know, rediscovering each other. I feel like don't miss out on the romance. And I don't mean like just sex. I'm talking about the romance. I'm talking about the period where you're getting to learn about someone all over again. You may find that again, they're very much like you. I'm in the Six of Pentacles. I feel the 33, the 3 and the 3, and then we have the Three of Wands. So I don't know. I almost think like someone feels like you really got your shit together. And then all of a sudden, maybe I just start thinking of someone. This Queen of Swords is definitely, she's reminiscing, I feel, or she's thinking. She's not in a defensive mode or at all. And she's looking out, right? I feel like she's got her own accomplishments. Her or he, by the way. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Nine of Swords. Why? We have, well, there's the Ten of Cups. And then we have the Death card. Card of Scorpio. Card of endings. So again, what is this queen what's this queen thinking about? She's thinking about perhaps the beginning of something and an ending of something else. I feel like this queen also with the Seven of Wands up there, she may have learned how to defend herself through her journey, and then she helps defend others. Whether this just be something that is being created or you end up creating. Here's the Ten of Cups. So, can I have the Ten of Cups? Well, here it is, right? And it's over the Six of Cups and the High Priestess and the Adventurous one. But the Nine of Swords is here. And again, it's like, it is... it's interesting, though. I see Mother Mary. Wow. How did I never see that before? Or, why am I saying Mother Mary? This could be even, let's just say your spiritual team. A guide. Funny, I'm seeing this little white dog poking his head over the bed. And when you look at those Nine of Swords, they really haven't hit you. They haven't hit you. But maybe I think they will. So it's interesting. I want to look a little deeper at that because it just doesn't feel like it fits. Unless it's saying that someone is focusing more on what they have lost. And therefore, they don't see how they could have this Ten of Cups. However, if I look at it from if I'm in this Queen of Swords energy and I'm thinking about what it is I want, I start to realize that I need to put an ending to that way of thinking, right? This Nine of Swords doesn't fit in this reading, and that's why I feel the Death card is here. It's an ending. It's the closing of the door of something. And a lot of times it's of our own making, like of our own thoughts, or doesn't mean that there's not reason. So anyways, I feel like this Queen of Swords is, it's almost like her inner child. And again, I don't even feel like saying child. Like, this used to be me. I used to be the adventurous one. So she may be ready to make some changes herself. You know, I feel like the Five of Cups can produce the Nine of Swords because, again, I'm in my emotional house and thinking about all I have lost. And listen, I get it. You know, it's weird. Some comments I've been getting lately where people think like I don't get their pain. Oh my God, do I get your pain? I get everyone's pain. I've had all those experiences. I've had the worst to anyway. So anyways, this is focusing on that. And therefore that's the energy I stay in. The five is saying you gotta look at it. Okay, so anyway, I just want to look a little deeper at that Nine of Swords. You have the High Priestess right there. But I do feel like I'm saying to myself, you know, the younger me would just go. Oh, okay, I can't take all them. The younger me would just seek the adventure. Whether accepted or not accepted. Maybe that's just part of a whole adventure. You know, sometimes you think you're doing something for this reason, but really what's happening is it's opening up all these other doors. Okay, so we're looking at the Nine of Swords. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Slow moving knight, right? But it's a knight you can trust. We have the Nine of Wands. Two nines. You may be in a personal year 9. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Two of Swords. Trying to make a decision without being real, right? I put a blindfold on because there's something I don't want to see. But it's like you can see it in your mind's eye anyway. And then we have the Eight of Swords, so that's why the Nine of Swords, that makes sense. Maybe you've been in a certain type of energy for a long period of time, right? We have the Eight of Swords and then the Nine of Swords. However, we have the Nine of Wands right in between that energy. And the Nine of Wands is a reminder, you know, this knight may be moving slow because a part of your life is meant to teach you about the strength of who you are. And you maybe couldn't have gotten there without some difficult lessons, right? We open up with the energy of learning not to shut ourselves down. Here, we're kind of we could shut ourselves down, but here, and I feel like you're kind of changing, or have, but man, Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords together, that can be very difficult energy, and no wonder the Nine of Swords is here, right? Nine of Wands is saying, what you forget is you have the ability to build those spiritual muscles, right? You need to like restabilize yourself because the Eight of Swords is self-created. Even though it's due to other people, it's still self-created. And then it becomes within the Nine of Swords in our thought system. It can be like it's engraved, right? So we have to learn how to control our thought system so that it doesn't overtake us. It's almost like a circuit board, right? Like you can't let it over, right? We need a balance. So anyways, I feel like this is your cross to bear in this reading. But for some of you, I feel like you already have, and you're moving into really a beautiful type of energy. Ten of Cups. Can I have the Ten of Cups? I asked myself in the Five of Cups, why can't I have the Ten of Cups? I shouldn't have done it because people, you're misunderstanding me, right? As in thinking I'm making fun of you. No way am I doing that. But that's what I feel like I'm thinking at. Like, why can't I have it? Well, you can. Go with the flow. Don't shut yourself down. Nine of Swords, you've shut yourself down. You've isolated yourself. You've given up. Death card is saying, don't do that. Don't resist change. Here's the 5 that's asking for the change. What's it asking for a change in? Within your perception. The way you see things. If we backtrack, it could be saying that, you can become defensive in certain areas, but it's based on your past. Because the 9 of Swords is definitely of the past, right? Those thoughts that just keep round and round and round they go. But the High Priestess is here. So it's like the 2 halves of yourself. And you just got to find the balance. And can you have the 10 of Pentacles? Well, or the 10 of Cups? Well, it's here. What's these? Oh, I just put those away. All right, before I let you go, I want to look. I want to look at the 10 of Cups. I'm just going over the 10 of Cups with the 3 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the 5 of Cups. And I just kind of want to look at everything. We have the King of Cups. Well, he's a king when he is in a, let's say, a good vibration. He's someone who appreciates love, appreciates family, can express oneself very easily. Well, I don't know if easily, but look at this. We have the 4 of Wands. Well, some of you may be thinking you'll never be married. And there you go. And then we have the King of Wands. Look at that. We have 2 kings on both sides of this. This could be talking about 2 kings. King Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. Doesn't have to be. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. With Scorpio potentially peeking out. So, guys, I feel like this is just saying, someone is moving into that Queen of Swords type energy where I'm being the Queen of Swords in, if she's trying to evolve, then she's being honest, right? Honest with others, honest with herself. She speaks the truth, and it means a lot to have the truth. Like, if I'm going to speak the truth, then I want the truth spoken back to me. She's got the 7 of Wands above her, so it does feel like, there's been a period where I've had to defend myself, and therefore I've learned to defend myself. And maybe with that energy, I don't know. I feel like you may be doing something with that. And it may be in a living. However, I feel like then I have the 3 of Wands, and that is looking at something new, a new path, maybe even moving on it, and through my inner child. And when you think of your inner child's unencumbered, doesn't carry the weight of people, things, right? Unencumbered, is adventurous, curious, right? And this princess is definitely following her intuition, which I find is quite beautiful, because ultimately they're connected to the 10 of Cups, which is connected to the 4 of Wands, which is about making a commitment to someone that you just couldn't imagine not, And I know, sometimes these readings sound like a little magical, but they're not, because it's showing like what you have to accomplish, what you have to let go of, what you have to sacrifice to get what it is you truly want. You can't be in one vibration but ask for this, because then you're the one you just can't get there, right? You can't get there. Bring yourself to this vibration and then expect that it to come in at the same level. And it will. It will. You know, and I know that may make some people like, what? What's this? Well, hello. Ace of Wands. Don't even know where it came from. Hello. This is passion. This is action. Movement. And I don't even know where to put it. So we'll put it right there. Again, this may be the beginning of something, but nonetheless, even if it's the beginning now, listen, you have free will, so free will can change everything, always, anytime. Remember that. This is talking about, like, if I'm being really real with myself, and I'm trusting my intuition, I'm trusting those signs, to the point where I know it. I know when there's a sign, and I follow it. And you just never know where you're going to end up. And I just feel like you just got to know that. You got to believe that. Right? You got to, it's like, I don't know what to say. That doesn't mean that it always finds you when you're feeling great and this and that. No, you may be a little broken and what have you. You know, like, I don't feel like Spirit wants you to say, like, you know, you have to be squeaky clean. You may have some residue. Don't we all? Don't we all? But the energy together could certainly enhance one another. I mean, we have the commitment right above 10 of Cups. What more can I say? I say, if you're resonating with this, be this princess. Trust your intuition. Trust the signs. The more you trust them, the more they come. Boom. There's the Ace of Wands. Boom. There's your sign. There's your movement. Make a move. Make a move. Right? Out of this 5 of Cups, 5. No longer needed. Right at the 5, it's time to get rid of some things. Not everything, but some things. So I'm no longer looking at what I've lost. I'm looking at what can be. And we know that because we have the 3 of Wands. It's my viewpoint. It's the way I choose to look at my life. And this is with an optimistic lens. For some of you, I feel like what you have been through, you then therefore end up helping others who may experience what you're experiencing. So don't be surprised. I feel like that's how Spirit uses us. And I mean that in a loving way. Remember, I feel like we have asked for these lessons. Okay. Let's do number 3. Where are we at? Okay. We have devotion. I am fully committed to my values, relationships, and God. I am clear about what to do next. We have, dang it, the 8 of Swords. That's interesting. We have the Tower. We have the Ace of Swords. Remember, this is the deck. This is the one who got the extra card. Ace of Swords. We have the Hierophant. By the way, the Ace of Swords would be the extra card. So the Tower would have come, but then so did the Ace of Swords. So I just want you to know which card came extra, and that is the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords can be a yes card also. And then look at this, we have Temperance. Divine timing. Divine order. Geez, you know, like, I don't want to talk about the same things. However, we have different people. This is talking again about a tower, right? But listen, what comes before the Tower is you, the 8 of Swords. And that again is The eight asks to consider a new beginning. Again, whether it be in your life or within yourself. You have the Hierophant under there, so it's almost like a blessing over, right? A blessing over maybe your mind, right? Maybe you're not sure about something. But, and this is someone who's hiding. She's trying to hide something, whether it's from herself or from others, I don't know. And sometimes it can just be like, I don't want people to see me. But it's definitely, and in a way I have to say, here's this tower, right? And I'm wondering, why is the Eight of Swords coming before the tower? Why isn't the tower first and then the Eight of Swords, right? Then we can understand that the Eight of Swords is there a little better. But here is the tower. So I'm wondering, am I creating this tower? Even if I don't want to. Some of you, I feel like it talks about your faith. Where's your faith system? Check it out. See where your faith is at, right? You believing in yourself, or you believe in others? Other people tell you can't do something, therefore you believe that? They're false. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. Release the outcome. That's all. Just release the outcome. And because I feel like, let's say what I want to do is maybe in a relationship, right? And again, maybe I want to see the whole path before I can make a commitment to someone or something. But you can't. You can't, because it hasn't been created yet, so to speak. There's the bullet points, but there's a lot of free will in there. So let's just be honest. The higher our vibration is in a relationship, the higher theirs will be. If it isn't, it will fall away. It's almost like you don't even have to question it. So I want to bring in the Gilded Tarot right away. We have Temperance, card of Sagittarius. By the way, the higher event card of Taurus. Definitely want to say that. Temperance is, it's interesting, you have you have the Ace of Swords next to the Hierophant and Temperance. Very, very connected type energy. I do feel like this is also a yes card for some of you, because I do feel like you're asking a question. As I fully commit to my values, relationships, and God, I am clear about what to do next. Eight of Swords, I'm not so clear. And maybe these towers keep coming. Boom, 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 right? And the more they come, the more armor I create. So the bigger the tower. Sometimes I have to just say, that's what I feel like. I feel like something will come, a lesson that our soul asked for. But maybe where a humanist doesn't want it, right? But here it comes. And maybe we ignore it. Maybe I don't know. But I feel like we don't get it the first time. It's going to come the second time. Second time it's going to be a little bigger, right? Maybe we'll get them if we shake the ground under their feet a little bit. Nope. We shook the ground and they still didn't get it. So we're going to bring it even bigger. Right? Here comes the third tower. And sometimes I feel like for some the towers come until it's almost like I drop down to my knee. And that's okay. There's no judgment on that. That's okay. None of it's wrong if eventually you can see it. Because what great growth you can have from that. Okay. We have the Two of Swords. So here, or the Two of Pentacles, sorry. So here is the question. Which is very grounded energy, though. I like this one. You know, here comes a ship, but his back is to it, yet I feel like he kind of knows it's coming anyway. Should I get ready? Or should I let it pass on by? We have the High Priestess over this Eight of Swords, which is kind of beautiful. This is your higher self. Your higher self would be like, get rid of those swords, let them fall. And in a way, in this energy, they are falling. They are falling out. With the Ten of Swords, but it's over the Tower. And then, hello, with the Two of Cups coming over the Ace of Cups. I should have just named these a love rating, but I feel like these are the things that your guides want you to know right now. So here's the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, listen, there's a couple things I feel in the Ten of Swords. First of all, this is other people's opinions, beliefs of me taking them on. Often I feel in the Ten of Swords, what I have done is I almost like I've surrendered and I have become them. I have become that energy. And it doesn't feel right, right? It's just not fitting. Because in the Ten of Wands, I have to take some responsibility here. It's almost like I'm just laying here allowing them to pierce me. So the Tower comes. Many times I feel the Tower is universal, is of divine, and something that maybe perhaps we wouldn't have ended ourselves. Why? Why? Well, look at the energy you're in. The Eight of Swords. Right? The Tower. So here's Temperance under all that energy. Here comes this Tower, but why? Why does it have to be a tower? I don't know. Maybe there's a hard lesson here. But then here is the Two of Cups. We have the Page of Cups. We have the King of Pentacles coming right over the card of Taurus. We have the Six of Wands, energy of victory. And we have the Queen of Wands. Interesting. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. So this Queen of Wands seems to have people now looking to her. Other people are like admiring what it is she does or whatever action she takes, that type of thing. You know, I hate to keep saying the same thing in my readings, but here's the Two of Cups and then the Page of Cups, right? It's all coming in. The Two of Cups and then the Page of Cups, and that's coming over the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is that extra card that wanted to come out. I feel like it was important to come out, maybe because you wanted to make sure the Two of Cups didn't land over here. So then we have this King of Pentacles. And I feel like this King of Pentacles, in a way, it can feel like a blessing to you. But in the same breath, I want to say, I feel like they're also admiring you. Like, I feel that energy of admiring you. Listen, this is very good energy, again, of the lessons of my past. And in some way, they are actually what's, you know, my interest now. Helping others, maybe. So Temperance is, again, about divine timing, right? Being at the right place at the right time. What do I want to look at? A couple things I want to look at. I'm not going to go back because I get the Ten of Wands, or the Ten of Swords, and the Tower, and the Eight of Swords. I get all that, and I think we understand it. So what I want to do is I want to look forward. And let's actually just take a couple cards underneath all this, including the Ace of Swords, the Hierophant, Temperance. You know, Temperance says let go of control. Don't try to control too much how everything must be. And understand some things, like, you know, your prayers can be answered, but they may not be answered in exactly what you want. But it will be better. We have the Queen of Cups. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, potentially. It's interesting, we have the Two of Cups, and she's got these two little white dogs. They're kind of mirroring each other. And then beyond that, it's like, what do you call that? You know, like when you see the sun, its reflection on the ocean, and what is that called? Oh my God, I know what it is. I feel like there's something with these two dogs where they have lived many, many lifetimes together. Okay, they all flipped over in the deck. Alright, what do we have here? So we have the Queen of Cups. That's the clearing of the emotional house, letting go of what was, and moving towards the Nine of Cups, which is self-fulfillment. You know, it's a very, very good time in your life. We have the Wheel. Even if you're struggling in finances, it's still a period where you're feeling good within yourself, right? Maybe because you dropped some weight. I don't know. Or is that the last reading? We have the Three of Pentacles next to this Wheel. Well, we have a lot of cards. We have the Two of Wands. We have Justice, which we also have over here. And then we have Temperance. Wow. So Temperance is like, I told you, I have control of this, right? Okay, let's look at this real quick. So we have the Wheel. Kind of in the center of all this. Coming over the Hierophant. Let's just kind of spread these out. The Wheel's connected to this King of Pentacles. And also the High Priestess. The Page is coming towards this King. So I feel like, and it's coming from this Two of Cups. You know, again, it feels like the direction of love, right? You have the Three of the Three of Pentacles down here. And to me, that really talks about something unique to yourself, within yourself. Something that you can bring to the world. That it's about your creation. It's about your collaborations. It's about the missing piece of the puzzle. It's doing what I love, and others admiring that, looking to it. I'm not worried about that though. Like, you know, in the Three of Pentacles, I'm not even worried about that, right? And I feel like in this Two of Wands, some of you is saying, I want to create a new life. And there's certain things that you want to do, right? That you want to bring to the forefront. And I don't think this is just a love reading, by the way. I do feel like it is a love reading. I feel like what was. No matter how long ago this was, it's still here, right? So it's an energy that still remains within you. Do I think you can overcome it? I do. You have the Six of Wands. You have Temperance here. I do. High Priestess. It's just like, maybe I'm seeing it from a different light, right? Because ultimately, here's the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Interesting. So, decision seems to be, you know, in the Two of Pentacles, I often feel like, you know what? I feel like my life is okay. So then the Two of Cups comes in. Here's me making a very logical type decision about this Two of Cups. I don't always have to take it if I don't want it. Maybe I'm enjoying this Two of Pentacles more, right? Maybe I'm enjoying the Road of my Pentacles, and I'm not ready for this Two of Cups. Do I think it'll come back? Maybe in a different form. I don't even know. But yeah, I think especially when you're in your own creative state, I feel like, yeah, you're generating a lot. So we have Justice with the Eight of Swords. Some of you are cutting ties. Temperance is almost like saying, we'll wait until that happens, right? This is divine timing. When to start a new path, right? Cut ties to the old. I definitely feel like some of you are definitely getting clearance over your emotional house, especially with the extra card, the Ace of Swords. That is truth. That's honesty. That's honor. That is connection. That is communication. All of that, but of the highest nature, so to speak. Okay. I think I should leave it there because I feel like I am well, I want to leave it there, but I'm not yet because I just want to take a couple cards right across the middle where we have this Two of Cups, this King of Pentacles, this Queen of Wands. And I want to see, but with a wheel. We have the Page of Pentacles. Interesting, 2 pages. So again, this Two of Cups can talk about someone you met when you were both pages, both children. Look at that, and the Page of Wands. Huh. Page of Wands I often call my fool. The one who, again, a lot like the Princess of Wands, takes chances. Page of Pentacles is when I'm learning, right? I'm comprehending, growing my pentacles. I'm creating stability within, right? Page of Cups, though, is love that feels like it's coming in and it's going, I feel like, towards this king. But this king may be bringing it towards the queen, which is the end of the reading, or the end of that line. So I don't know. I almost feel like there's something difficult that someone had to get through. And that's why Temperance is here. It's like there's this energy had to be looked at and cleared before the wheel could really take you back to the top. Right? I'm thinking of Ferris wheel, and I was like stuck. I'm not stuck at top, though. I'm stuck at the bottom. Ugh. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Please let me know how the readings resonated. Again, this is more about on a spiritual level. I want you to understand that. And I hope you see it from that viewpoint, because I feel like if you don't see it from that viewpoint, I'm not sure. I'm not sure you quite understand what I'm trying to say. So, but then again, I feel like your guides bring you here, nudge you here in some way. You may not even know how. In some, it's like you got to come back and you're like there's parts of the reading you remember. You're like, it could be a month from now. You're like, you know what? I'm going to go back and listen to that again. And you may understand it, comprehend it from a completely different viewpoint. Listen, time keeps on ticking, right? It just keeps on ticking. So I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. As always, thank you. I want to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day. I think it's going to rain here, but that's okay. We've had some beautiful days, and I don't mind a rainy day inside with Sam ever. So, and I love to read on rainy days. So maybe that'll help me read more. Anyway, I love you guys. I wish you the best. I'll see you in the readings. Bye-bye.